Hi, it's me, Carter. I haven't made a video in forever, but I'm here today, right now, to talk about my 1 year experience being on testosterone, because I feel like when you see a lot of transmasc individuals on testosterone and they're talking about the whole experience and everything, they make it seem like everything's gonna happen in the first year when that's not the case at all whatsoever. And everybody's experience is different, and it's unique to them, because again, everybody's different. Everybody is gonna have their own experiences. Some people are gonna experience changes a lot faster, and some people are gonna experience them a lot slower, which I feel like I personally feel changes a little bit slower than my partner, because my partner is also on testosterone. My partner's been on testosterone for 2 years now, and the facial hair and like some of the body changes are happening, I feel like, faster to them than they are to me. Like, they had a lot more facial hair a year ago than I do right now, kind of that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I wrote some notes in this little journal right here. So the things I do want to talk about are voice, obviously. If you see the last video I put out, which was 2 years ago, I sound a lot different, obviously. And that's exciting, because 2 years ago I didn't think I'd be here right now. Which today's the actual date of my 1 year, today being October 13th. Don't know when I'm putting this video out. I don't think I'm gonna shoot, edit, and publish in one night. Sorry, I'm scratching my foot. But yeah. This is exciting. This is nerve-wracking. I'm just like talking to my camera right now. My phone, actually. But yeah, so the changes I wanted to go talk about were voice, appetite, body hair, body fat redistribution, balding, bottom growth, sex drive or libido, whichever you want to call it, acne, and the journey of realization that I am, in fact, a non-binary transmasc individual instead of being female to male. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about all that today. Don't know how long this video is gonna be, but we'll see. And I will be using like anatomically correct words, as far as like bottom growth goes. So if you're uncomfortable with me saying anatomically correct words for AFAB individuals, whenever I start talking about it, I can put like a skip past or whatever if you don't want to hear about bottom growth. I'm gonna go with the thing I noticed first, which was my voice, obviously. For a lot of people, the voice is the first thing that they do notice. And for me, that was also the case. Not like right away, like, oh my god, 3 days into it, and like, I feel my vocal cords thickening, I feel my voice changing. No, absolutely not. There was a difference, I'd say, like a noticeable difference to me around the 2-month mark. And like, of course, I'm gonna share like videos or like in this video I will include like, this is my voice pre-testosterone and this is my voice 1 year on testosterone, which I did share on my Instagram.
Hello, my name is Carter and this is my voice pre-testosterone.
Hi, my name's Carter and this is my voice 1 year on testosterone. So yeah, voice is definitely the first one. Yeah, again, so like I noticed it around like the 2-month mark, and it was like it kind of sounded like raspy, kind of like I was a little sick maybe. And it definitely got getting used to. And to be fair, I don't normally speak in the voice, like where my voice is naturally supposed to be sitting, because I work retail and have a customer service voice, so it's always high. And so like coming home and then coming back to where my voice wants to naturally sit is sometimes a little difficult. But I can switch between like my customer service voice and like where my voice naturally sits at the moment, when I'm talking to my coworkers, my friends, if you will, because I do consider a few of them my friends. Well, all of them my friends. Yeah. But yeah, my voice, I don't know, like, the voice changing is something that I really wanted to happen. I was absolutely ecstatic for it. I still am. I love it. I feel a lot more confident having a lower voice. I feel like it suits me a lot better. I mean, I've had coworkers tell me, because I talked to her, because she, like, when she started working there, she was like, oh, what's your gender identity, or like, what are your preferred pronouns? And I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm non-binary. This is actually my customer service voice that I'm using right now. And then I like lowered my voice, and I was like, yeah, this is where my voice naturally sits. And she goes, wow, yeah, that suits you a lot better. I was like, thanks. But the voice change was one of the first things I noticed. It did crack. It still does crack. Like, I get the, like the little voice cracks. That's still happening. I don't expect it to go away anytime soon. Because I know for a lot of people, like, your voice doesn't, like, officially, like, start settling until you're, like, 2, 3, maybe 5 years on T. Because, again, it takes a long time, and, like, you're kind of, like, speed running puberty. So, of course, it's going to take a few years. So, yeah. And then the next thing I noticed after my voice changing, see, it did it right there. So the next thing I noticed after my voice changing was balding. And for me, that's a genetic factor, because my biological father, he started balding very young. He was 18 when he started balding. And my mom, her hair is thinned out as she's gotten older. So I went into this knowing that I was gonna start balding. I just did not expect it to be so soon. So like, I think I like officially started noticing that I was like starting to bald a little, maybe around like the 3-4 month mark. But like the like, I guess premature balding could have been like also because there was a lot of stuff going on in my life. So I was very stressed at that point. So that could have also like helped with it. But when I spoke with my endocrinologist, she told me to, as soon as I noticed any form of balding, to let them know. Just in case I did want to get on finasteride, which helps stop some of the changes that androgen, I think is what it is, like androgen or something like that, I don't know. But it helps with like balding or whatever, which I am currently taking finasteride. I've been taking it for the last like 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Okay, so I've been taking finasteride for 6 months. I am on 1 milligram a day. So I take this like little pill every single day. And it has helped with me not seeing as much balding as far as like hair loss goes, because when I started noticing this, it was actually my partner who noticed it first, because after I like showered one day, he went into the restroom to take a shower after me, and he was like, oh my god, there's so much hair in the drain. I was like, what? So I went and looked, and there was like this like clump of my hair just in the drain. I was like, I'm sorry, what now? So So yeah, at first, I like I said, I went into this knowing that it was gonna happen. I just didn't think it was gonna happen so fast for me. But considering that my biological father and my mother have that like trait with them, it's guaranteed that I'm gonna be bald by the time I know it. Wait, what else do I have? Acne. I used to think my acne was bad before, and honestly, it got bad. It not like crazy bad. Like you can see like all the like acne I have going on, the acne scars. Like most of the acne scars were already there before, but I used to get like a shit ton of acne all at once. But I have been trying to take care of it. Like as far as like managing like the acne on my face goes. As far as like body acne goes, I've been getting a lot more on my chest, like specifically like in the middle and like the top right here. But that's also something I experienced before testosterone. The thing I did not experience until starting testosterone was back acne. It isn't like crazy bad, but it is like, yeah, I can do something about it to like help prevent it. But I've yet to do that, so focusing on this and this, nobody gets to see the back. As far as like acne goes, it has gotten like worse as far as like intensity, I'd say, like pain wise. But again, nothing I really like didn't experience before. But since I am starting to take care of it a little bit better, I try to stick with a routine, which for me, which I think if you're just like greasy in general, what is it? It's called penoxyl or differin. Those differin and penoxyl are like pretty much the same thing. They're really good. I've used both of them. Currently using the penoxyl because differin got expensive and penoxyl was cheaper. So I got that. But yeah, penoxyl differin has really helped a lot. And then I have glycolic acid toner and a oh my god, what the hell is it called? I don't know, it's a serum that I have to look at it. The glycolic acid toner, both of them are by the Ordinary brand. And then I had used like a squalene cleanser, or however the hell you pronounce it, which one of the endocrinologists I saw was like, that's a perfect routine, you just gotta keep up with it. I was like, perfect, thank you. And it has really worked for me. It's just a matter of like maintaining it. I'm not very good with personal hygiene. As far as like that goes, I've never been like an avid like acne face wash user. But yeah, for again, everybody's body is different. The combination that I use might not work for somebody else. I know that there's like a lot of guys who get it like really bad, like they get the what the hell, I don't know how, I'm like losing my words here. I don't know, but like I know a lot of trans guys get the ones that like don't like fully come up to the surface and you see like the pus at the top. It's just like underneath the skin, but they're like these huge bumps and it's really painful. I know a lot of people like trans guys, not like a lot of trans guys, but I know some trans guys get that, and they end up doing like Accutane or stuff like that. But for me, the acne is pretty much still the same. I am just a little more greasier, and it is more of like a maintenance thing rather than like all this is happening at once and it's gotten really bad, or like it's so bad, it's so much different. No, it's like pretty much the same. It is just like a little bit more, but again, maintenance, routine, keeping up with it, that's really all there is to it. So if you're not good with acne, or if you already have bad acne, chances are it's more than likely going to intensify, and you really just gotta keep a routine. That way it doesn't get like outrageous. Like you aren't like, you know, as far as like you can to like maintain it, prevent it. But if again you get like those real gnarly acne, that I wouldn't know how to help you there. But again, you can try like Accutane or like some sort of something to help with your acne. I'm not a dermatologist, don't ask me questions. We're gonna go body hair next. Body hair, body fat. As far as body hair goes, my leg hair has definitely come in. I had very patchy, sparse leg hair. Now I have like thicker leg hair. It is like a little patchy, but it's like still a lot more leg hair. Like I didn't, as far as I knew, I didn't really have leg hair in the back of like my calf area, like the top part underneath my knee. I didn't realize I had a lot of hair there, or like I had hair at all there. I didn't have any before, but now I do. I do have like a little happy trail going on. Like I have like hair, belly hair below my belly button, and like the hair on my belly, like the sides and stuff like that, is getting a little thicker, a little darker. But not like crazy. I do have like 2 long, like little neck hairs. Hold on, it's somewhere here. But yeah, as far as like facial hair goes, the peach fuzz has just gotten like a little bit darker on like all sides of my face. It's just like peach fuzz, slightly a little darker, but still peach fuzz nonetheless. I'm like 2-3 like really long hairs just right here on my neck. And then as far as like that's really it. Probably like ass hair too. I really don't know. Like I don't feel like there's much of a change as far as like ass hair goes. Besides like when you wipe your butt and like the toilet paper kind of gets stuck. That's a thing. Not like physical hair on my butt cheeks, but like around the butthole. Sorry if that's gross for you, but it happens. Shit happens, literally. So this also, my partner has also told me this too. Like sometimes when you wipe, and this has happened to me too. I'm being real with y'all. When you wipe your butthole, it like the toilet paper like gets stuck in the hair that's right around it, and that shit is mad annoying, so annoying. But that's as far as like butt hair goes. Yeah, it's like body hair hasn't really like changed up. I do have like more thigh hair, so I'm like all over the place. So like body hair, it's like legs, and the 3 on my neck, and then my butt hair. That's it. Like my arm hair's still the same pretty much. My armpit hair is pretty much the same still. And then as far as like the leg hair goes, it's like my thighs, and then like the inner thigh, like right there near your pube area. There's like thigh hair there too, which I never had before, but I do now. So yeah, that's as far as like body hair goes. I'm so sorry. Body hair isn't like that interesting at all. It is nice to have like the leg hair come in. It truly does make me feel a lot better about myself. And then body fat. I did not notice body fat changes until like 8 months in, because your body fat takes a lot longer to redistribute. And I have been losing weight too, was like mainly because I walk like 20 miles a month, ridiculous amount, absolutely hate it. Until I get a car, guys. But yeah, body fat. I didn't notice the changes at first. My partner's the one who did. And he was like, your tummy's getting round, and I was like, okay. Like I personally didn't really see any changes till like probably like 6-8 months. Yeah. I know there was like a slight change around like the 5-month mark, but it wasn't like significant enough for me to be like, oh yeah, that's definitely something that's happened. But now it is definitely something that's happened. Like my stomach was a little more flat when I started to eat, and then now it's like a little more round. It's definitely gotten bigger. Like my fat's like moving this way. And recently we've noticed that my butt does look a little smaller, which sad, cries in Spanish. But yeah, everywhere else, like my arms still feel the same, and like my thighs still feel the same a little. It's like mainly just going towards the stomach. It's like removing itself slowly from the sides and then just focusing on the center, which is mainly gonna be your stomach. But again, body fat takes forever. Actually, body fat is reversible if you decide not to be on T anymore. It will go back to like the womanly shape, so you'll be like more curved. You'll be curvy. You won't have that like protruding stomach anymore. I mean, unless you already do beforehand, then it's probably just gonna get a little bit bigger, and you won't have like love handles as much. Which, I mean, I still have love handles. Nothing wrong with that. But it's not so much on like my sides anymore. It's like kind of just my body's like boxing out, you know, and then the stomach's just like. Not that it just like gets that big overnight or whatever. Not that it's gotten that big. That sounded so pretty. But yeah, I was like, body fat. It's something that's reversible. It takes forever to like settle, I guess. Usually for people that's like, from what I've heard, it's probably like around the 5-year mark is when it really starts to like begin to settle. If you don't plan on getting off of tea or anything. But yeah, that's really it. So I personally noticed the changes in body fat, like a slight change in 6 at the 5-month mark, but it was becoming a lot more noticeable like around the 8-month mark. And then again recently the fat has shifted from my butt to my stomach. Appetite. Appetite did change for me. I'd say probably around like the 2-3 month mark. Mainly, yeah. I was just craving food a lot more, and I do notice that like after I do my shot, after I got my increase and I did my shot on that first increase, I noticed like that week or like the second week or whatever that I felt a lot more hungry. So with a shot increase, it does increase your appetite more. So yeah, like I first noticed appetite increase around like 2 months into it, and then again when I got my dose increased, which was at about 9 months, I had my increase testosterone, so I went from 0.25 to 0.3, and then I just got an increase again from the 0.3 to 0.35, which that first shot for the 0.35 will be next week. But yeah, I was like, appetite increased, like, just not like heavily from what I was before, because I am slightly a bigger person, so I already eat a lot before, but it was definitely a change in me wanting to eat even more, and actually like feeling like I'm burning that energy. I don't know, I guess like testosterone increases your metabolism or whatever. That's why you want to eat more. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. It would be bottom growth and sex drive. So before testosterone, I did not have a high sex drive, but my sex drive did increase since being on testosterone. I'd say we noticed a change around like 2 weeks into it. So yeah, I was like, if you are an asexual individual, starting testosterone, your libido, your sex drive, whatever you want to call it, is gonna increase, which I know for a few asexual individuals, aromantic individuals, depending on how you feel, it's probably gonna suck if you're a transmasc, asexual, aromantic individual. The increased libido is gonna suck. I don't know if there's any preventions you can do to make sure that your libido doesn't increase. But if that is a worry for some individuals, I would say talk to your doctor, just to see if there's, if you can probably do like low dose testosterone instead of like a starter dose, is what I want to say. Because from what I've, like, from all the individuals that I've spoken to, which is like 3 individuals, they start their shots on 0.25. So I guess for a lower dose, it'd probably be like 0.05 or 0.1 or something like that. Probably even lower. I have no idea. Don't ask me. I'm not a doctor. I say that a lot in this video. But yeah, okay, so before starting T, I thought I was like along the asexual spectrum, but really it was just me not being happy with my body. Who figured? But yeah, my sex drive increased, and we noticed that a lot sooner than my bottom growth, which, if people don't know what bottom growth is, it's clitoral enlargement, because again, I am using anatomical terms here. So essentially your clit becomes like this micro penis, essentially. And for me, I didn't notice any changes to that, to the clit until like 3 months in, and I didn't experience any growth pains, which I know from what I've heard and from my partner's experience as well. People often feel pains within a few hours, or within like 24 hours, 2 days, within a week or whatever, but I have not experienced any pain at all as far as like clitoral enlargement goes. Probably like overstimulation, but like again, that's like anybody and everybody. But yeah, like I haven't felt any growth pains at all, which means I probably don't have a big fat juicy T-dick, you know? I don't care. but it is definitely bigger than what it was before. But like, given that I didn't, like, I don't see it often, because I'm like just becoming okay with my body. Like, I truly didn't know anything happened really, to the clit until, again, like 3 months into it. And I was like, maybe we should look just to see. And yeah, it was a little bit bigger, but yeah. It does become a lot more sensitive to on testosterone. So again, you get overstimulation, and that's probably where pain comes in for me. But not like growth pains. Again, everybody's experience is different. You might feel pain within the first few hours, you might feel pain within a week, you might feel it within a few days, or you might be like me and you might not feel it at all. And you would just notice it being a little bit bigger, like 3-4 months down the line. Like, if you don't look at it very often, if you don't touch it very often, if you just forget that it's there, you won't remember. You won't remember that that's a thing that happens to you because you're not feeling any pain. I feel like a lot of people don't want to go on T, or like, there's been a lot of like fear mongering against like younger transmasc individuals, because they like don't want body growth because it's like this big old scary thing, or like it's disgusting or whatever. But it's like something that's naturally gonna happen when you start testosterone, and it is irreversible. So you have to go into it knowing that. I personally did not care about bottom growth. I think when I like first was learning about being on testosterone and all the different changes, I was like, yes, I want that to happen to me, because then I'll have like a tiny penis. But no, I really truly don't care anymore. It is what it is. I don't dislike it. I mean, I like it. It is like, it's cool or whatever. But I don't like dislike it. I'm not like disgusted by it. Like, it's a natural thing that's gonna happen, and people who want to start T have to realize that. Like, it isn't this scary thing. It just is. And yeah. Again, everybody's experience is different. I think if you want slower effects as far as bottom growth goes, you can probably go on a low dose of testosterone, which again is going to vary per person. Starting doses vary per person, but from what I've heard, it's 0.25, and that was my experience. That was my partner's experience before he switched to gel. That was an old friend of mine's experience. I feel like that's like roughly a shared experience with like everybody, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, like I was saying, like, I thought I was along the asexual spectrum before starting T. And then I started T and my sex drive increased. And I was like, wow. Who would have thought it would have increased, because I'm on testosterone and I'm actually okay with what's happening to my body, and I'm okay with my body for once. That, like, yeah, I want to have sex. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean that's gonna happen? Like, yeah, I was dumb to think that I would, not dumb, but it's like funny to be like, I used to think I was asexual when in fact I'm not. I was just very disconnected and felt so trapped, I guess, within my own body. I was like disconnected with my body. I did not like it. I did not like doing things, or like, I didn't like doing like sexual things with like my anatomy. And for a lot of time I did not want to like I didn't feel like having sex because of my anatomy or whatever, because I just felt so disconnected from it. So that's why I thought I was like on the asexual spectrum, when in reality I just was disconnected, and I needed this change, and you know, I'm happy for that. Like, I don't know, like being on testosterone has made me realize a lot of things about myself, about who I am, about who I want to be, how I express myself, how I feel about my body, and within this year, it has been a journey. Journey is not over. It's never going to be over. So that leads me into figuring out I am actually a transmasc non-binary individual. I want to preface this by saying that I should have known a little sooner, but I did not realize or truly grasp at the thought of me being non-binary, because at the very beginning of my transition, I was an avid believer, an avid transmedicalist. I watched a lot of transmedicalist content, specifically Calvin Guerra, which, if you are a transmasc and you know who that is, I'm so sorry. If you don't know who that is, great. If you are just like a regular like individual who does not know who that is, great. If you do know who it is, again, sorry. Transmedicalism played a very important part of my early transition. I was like super masculine and super, I'm gonna be this macho guy, like I'm not gonna like do all this, or I absolutely hate my body, I feel trapped in my skin, I take a shower with the lights off. Like, no. Like, it's ridiculous. Which, it makes me happy to see a lot of like younger transmasc individuals embracing their femininity and like being happy with their body and not feeling like they're trapped. Which I wish I had more of that when I started transitioning. That way I would have realized sooner. Because I personally was like, at the beginning I was like, you're male, you're female, or you're non-binary. I was like, there's 3 boxes, that's it. But my partner's gender fluid. I don't want to say that I'm gender fluid, mainly because I don't identify with it. I identify as non-binary. I don't feel like I'm necessarily a man or a woman. Because I know for a fact that if I was born a cis male, I probably would have gotten on estrogen and transitioned into female, and then again realized I was non-binary. I am trans through and through. Whether I was born one way or another, I am trans through and through. I personally feel like, which makes me, I don't know. It took me forever to come with the terms that I am non-binary, and that I don't want to always present hyper masculine or just masculine at all times. So I do try to play with the way I dress a little bit. I am still trying to express that a little more. I bought like these fake press-on nails from Spirit Halloween because it was like clear with these like black flames, and I thought that was cool. I tried putting them on and I was like atrocious. I was like, what do I do with these? Which I think I want to try wearing them again, but like properly, not without that sticky stuff, but like glue them down that way they're like secure, you know? But yeah, it took me a while to realize I was non-binary. And like it still feels weird to say that out loud, but like, yes, I'm non-binary, like I'm not a trans man. But yeah, it's been difficult, but I feel like being on testosterone was absolutely necessary for me to come to this realization. And I'm glad I started tea when I did, because I feel like if I started it beforehand, I don't think I would have had this same realization. I just wish I didn't go through like the transmedicalist phase, because I was like a dick to like non-binary people that I knew back then, and then like I'm so sorry to you guys, like so sorry to like anybody in general that I've like been a dick to because of like transmedicalism, or just in general dick to. Sorry about that. Except for the people that deserve it. But yeah, finally figuring out that I'm non-binary, led me to be a little more okay with the body that I'm in, to like embrace it a little more. Like, I do want top surgery at some point. Not too sure about like bottom surgery, because again, I am becoming okay with my body. I don't know. It is what it is. If I can change it, and I do want to change it, I'll do it, you know? But if I'm still uncertain about it, or if I just am okay with it, then I won't do it. But I do want top surgery. But until then, embrace the tits, I guess. I do want to explore femininity a little more while looking masked. Like I want somebody to like look at my face and go, well, that's a man, and then see my body and then go, what? You know, like mustache, beard, and then like tits. Interesting. Like that kind of thing. I don't know if I'll get to that point, when I'll get to that point, but again, this is a journey. I am starting to explore that a little more, so my coworkers are watching and y'all see me with little nails on at work, just know I'm trying to embrace femininity a little more. But yeah, I don't know, that's kind of really it. So yeah, this has been a whole year for me. It's been a lot going on this last year, physically, mentally, and environmentally. Like I'm in my own place now. I'm a lot happier than I was before testosterone. And physically, yeah, a lot has changed physically, but also not a lot has changed physically. Like, there are things that are going to continue to change physically. Like if I do start working out, I'm going to see an obvious increase in muscle mass, or notice that it's a lot easier for me to get muscles now that I'm on T, because that's a thing. I do want to show like my body before T, and then of course a year on T, just to show you like the body fat redistribution. You'll probably see, again, it's not like a big difference, but it is like a little bit of difference. And considering that I've lost like 20 pounds since I started T, but my stomach looks bigger, then you get the hint that yeah, some body fat has moved around. But yeah, this has been a year with me on testosterone. I'm excited for many years to come. I do want to start posting a little more often, especially because I am working a part-time job. But yeah, I'm excited. I do, like I said, I do want to start posting more. I don't know what about. Probably just like day-to-day stuff. maybe like vlogs or something. I don't know. I'm not fancy like that. But yeah, it would be nice to get into a little creative space again, because I feel like I need it. So I guess like a lot of videos are probably gonna be for mainly me, but also just for fun. So yeah, thanks for watching. This has been great. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If not, it's okay. Don't care. It's your choice. It's how you feel. It's whatever. So yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye.